Welcome back to another week of Training Miss Maizie. Today, Maizie and I are going to answer a question that was recently posted on Facebook. How do I get my dog to sit or stay or go to a place? Well, you can see right in front of me I have a what I call a place mat. It's an elevated, it's made out of PVC pipe with a green fabric bottom to it. That's what I train all my puppies on with place. The two important things to me about this are, one, it has a white, very well-defined outline to the dog as far as where it is. The second and probably most important part is it's elevated. To me, that gives the dog a spatial dimension to it, so they know exactly when they're going off of it and back onto it. So it helps them to learn quicker what place is. Before I ever start with place though, I have my dogs sitting and staying. I personally, you won't ever hear me say stay. When I say sit to a dog, that means you should be there when I come back to get you. So some folks want to use stay, and that's great. Some folks use the word wait, that's fine. I'm just sharing with you what I personally do. There's not a right or wrong answer, so whatever works for you is great. Maizie obviously is off lead, and she knows how to do all this, but we're just going to demonstrate how we would get a puppy started for everyone's benefit, and we'll do that right now. Just put a leash on the dog, just like always, and you start heeling. Maizie, heel, heel, good girl, heel, come on, and then when you stop, just put a little pressure up. That's going to force the dog to put their bottom down, and they realize that as soon as their bottom hits the ground, the pressure is off, so you release the pressure. And the next thing I do is, instead of trying to go at a long distance, the first day or so, I might just take a step to the right. That's all we'll do. You know, we'll work 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and that will be our training session for the day, just stepping to the right. Then from there, we're going to go, again, holding the leash to where if the dog moves, I can put pressure up to get them to sit back down again. I'll walk out in front. It's a very natural thing for a dog that's been heeling very much to want to follow you forward. This could possibly be a hang-up for some of you. Just take your time. Don't become frustrated. The dog will learn that when you walk away after you've said sit, that they're supposed to stay there until you give them another command. And then after that, after I can step in front and they're comfortable with that for a day or two, I will just drop the leash and I'll start walking around the dog. You know, I'll walk all around both sides, to the back, to the front, wherever I can get away from that dog, and the dog is going to learn to stay there. Again, to me, in my mind, it helps to leave that leash on there. One, I can grab them and put them back where they're supposed to be if they do move, but two, they feel that pressure, that somewhat of a security blanket that means that we're still in control. Eventually then you can wean them off the leash, just like we did with the heeling videos. Maizie's, you know, past all that. I can take off the leash, I can walk pretty much wherever I want to, and she's going to stay right where she's supposed to. So now we're going to show you how we introduce the place command. Again, I'm going to have the leash in my hand. I'm going to have the leash in my hand and just start heeling the dog right towards the place. As they step up on it, I say the word place. I want them to have all 4 of their feet on there when I say place, so they understand that their whole body has to be there to truly be at the place. So we'll demonstrate that for you. Maizie, heel. Good girl. Good girl. Place. Then I will do that repeatedly. Just start heeling back and forth, side to side, and every time they step up on it, I say place. And then I get to where, again, the dog knows what sit means. I'll just say place, and oftentimes I'll give them a little bit of a sit in the beginning so they understand they're supposed to stay there. But real quickly, I'm gonna wean the sit out of it, to where they're just learning this is the place. Place means, again, just to stay there until he comes back. This is a very, very important command for those of you who are going to duck hunt. If you're going to have your dog at a remote sit away from you, I just tell my dogs place, and they know to go find their stand and get on it. If your dog's never going to hunt and they're just going to be in the house, place is a safe place for the dog to go. It's place where they know they're supposed to be. Nobody's supposed to bother them. They're not supposed to bother anybody, and they stay there until you come back and get them. That's really important to me. And you can see Maisie's very comfortable on her place. She just will lay down and stay there again until I come back and get her. For those of you having dogs trained at Wildrose, if I could give you one tip on this, when your dog comes back, they're going to know what the place command is. Have something similar to this for your dog and put it somewhere in your house and leave it there. Don't go moving it to 2 or 3 different locations, because when they first come home, let them settle back in. Let them have a place to go to where every time you say that, they know they go find one location and not have to search the house for where did they happen to move the bed at this time. And then as they become, more acclimated to being back home with you, then you can move it to where you want them to go, and the dog will be okay. But I think it's the fairest thing to do is have a spot for the dog to be that's convenient for you, it's good for the dog. And this is, like I said, this is a safe place to go. If nothing else in their life, they know if they go to their place, everything's going to be okay. So this has been another week of training Miss Maizie. If you have any questions about sit or stay, place, please post them. We'd be happy to answer them for you as we go through the week. If anybody else has tips that they use to train their dogs to place, please post them as well. I'd love to hear it. I'm always open to new ideas and always learning and trying new things myself. So again, thank you for being with us. If you have any questions, post them, and we'll see you back next week for another week of training Miss Maizie.